Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. Today we're checking out two brand new colorways of the Adidas Nite Jogger, and this time it comes in the form of a collaboration between Japanese fashion label White Mountaineering and Adidas. Without further ado, let's check them out. Alright, so as many of you guys might know if you do follow me on Instagram, this has definitely been one of my best value for money shoes from Adidas for the last while. The Nite Jogger really comprises a whole bunch of awesome technology, including boost, including 3M reflective materials, and all for the price point of 1,999 Rand. So really can't say enough about this particular shoe, but now there's something even better than that. And it might not come at the same price point, but more about that later. But this particular collaboration is definitely one of the coolest ones for 2019, as far as I'm concerned at least. And it's really awesome to see White Mountaineering back on the collaboration with the three-stripe brand, because last year they didn't really do too much. I'm not actually sure if they did anything, to be honest. But the year before that, there were lots of collaborations. There was this EQT support feature up here, there was an NMD R2, and a whole host of other different ones as well. So the fact that they've come back to Adidas with the Nite Jogger really gets me excited. But first things first, just a big shout out to Palazzo Pitti up in Johannesburg for sending these two pairs down for us to take a look at. They are the exclusive retailer of this particular collaboration in the whole country. So if you want to get a pair for yourself after seeing this review, make sure you go to that link and follow the details from there. Alright, so just for review purposes, I'm probably going to go into a little bit more detail on this particular colorway, which is definitely my favorite of the two. But both of these colorways were created as part of the fall 2019 collection, which I think debuted at Paris Fashion Week earlier this year. Now this particular one over here, which is a mix of white, burgundy, red, oranges, yellows, greens, all of that kind of stuff, is really inspired by retro sportswear, all the way back from those vintage running shoes and just apparel really. And for me, this is like, it's just, you don't see shoes like this. Where do you find a shoe this color? Awesome. Now from a material standpoint, these are absolutely 100% identical to what you'd find in the general release Nite Jogger, at least in terms of all the suede overlays that you get here, those 3M hits and mesh that they'll show you throughout this particular shoe. But maybe just starting on the outsole, this is a pretty awesome textured outsole here, which is done in a split tone of green and this beautiful orange color. There's a lot of texture going on there. As mentioned, White Mountaineering does lean towards more of a hiking aesthetic, and they do say these shoes are hike ready. I don't know about that. From a midsole perspective, you do have a full-length boost midsole in this particular shoe. Again, that is just really good value for money. Even just on the general release pair, having that boost in here really is a benefit for you as a wearer. And then really sealing that midsole off and fusing it with the upper and adding a lot of support here in the heel section of the shoe. You do have this EVA stabilizer, which wraps from the lateral all the way to the medial side of the shoe. And then sealing that off, you've got this beautiful White Mountaineering graphic overlay. Keeping with the premium materials we've seen in the Nite Jogger, you do have these beautiful suede overlays here. This time they are done in a wine color or burgundy. Apparently they're calling it wine these days. The rest of the toe box is done in a gray breathable mesh. Then you have further overlays of suede done in the midfoot section. This one is green. You then have a brighter red overlay done at the top of the eyelets, and then in the heel section a nice gray suede overlay, which basically seals off this yellow 3M reflective lining. And just speaking about reflective touch points, the Nite Jogger is littered with them, as this is a shoe that is supposed to be visible at night. So you do have a whole bunch of different touch points. In fact, the fused overlay here in the toe box is 3M, as well as the 3 stripes on the side of the shoe, and then obviously that yellow piece right here. Set just behind those 3 stripes, you might have picked up that it does say white, and on the medial side of the shoe, it does say Mountaineering. Wasn't enough space. Some further design detailing. This is something I do recognize from those previous releases. They did include this little triangle piece of folded material with a branded rivet that's been put through the back of that, and that just says White Mountaineering on it as well. Just above that, in the heel collar section here, you have a reflective panel again, and this time done in the green. And then onto the tongue, this is a synthetic orange material with some White Mountaineering branding on the tongue tag, and that goes for both of the shoes. And last but not least, the insoles of both shoes do just have co-branding from Adidas and White Mountaineering as well. Now just to quickly show you up close the second colorway of the shoe, the material makeup of the shoe is obviously identical to the previous colorway. However, they've just switched up the coloring of this particular shoe. It's more of a darker color, obviously maybe a little bit more winter orientated than what we've seen with the previous colorway. And then just to quickly show you the outsole, just so you can get a full picture of this particular colorway as well. But that's it for these two colorways of the White Mountaineering Nite Jogger collaboration with Adidas. As mentioned earlier in the review, these are available exclusive to Palazzo Pitti up in Johannesburg and their online store palazzopitti.co.za. So check that out if you do want to get a pair. These do sadly come in at a higher price point than the traditional general release joggers, which are 1,999 Rand. The White Mountaineering collaborations, these two in particular, will set you back 3,699 Rand. Now from a sizing perspective, I do go true to size with the Nite Jogger and they fit me absolutely perfect. There is quite a bit of width in the shoe as well, so if you are a wide footer, you might still be able to go true to size. Otherwise, you might want to just explore taking a half size up if you feel you need to. That said, you still do have an opportunity to be able to try these on at Palazzo Pitti stores, or if you can't get there, perhaps just go down to your nearest Adidas store and try on a general release pair on Nite Joggers to get your size from them. But that's it from me for today's review on Sneaker Stories. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you are new around here, please don't forget to subscribe right here. Otherwise, let me know what you think of these two awesome Nite Joggers from White Mountaineering and Adidas in the comments below. But that's it from me. I'll catch you on the next one.